Can a 30-second Jaguar commercial contain occultic subliminal messages showing us that the beast system, the fifth age, the new world order, the Antichrist is coming? I believe it can. We are being shown this in so many ways in TV shows, movies, books, children's cartoons, music videos, and commercials to me are not exempt. In fact, I believe the Lord is impressing upon the hearts of his people to really look into things, to investigate, to dig deeper as to what the media is showing us. I believe he wants us to be aware. He wants us to not be deceived, as Jesus said himself in Matthew 24. He wants us to be aware of the signs of the times, and I believe we are being telegraphed these things in so many different ways. I want to give a shout out to one of my subscribers, Julie J, for pointing this out to me. I had no idea of these commercials, and she actually sent me two particular Jaguar commercials, and I will cover one of them in this video because there's just so much to talk about just in this 30-second clip. And, I just really want to get right into it. And what I will do is show you basically screenshots of that commercial and just dig into what I believe I have uncovered as we go through those screenshots. Okay, so of course the commercial starts off with a beautiful, shot of the New York City horizon or skyline, and it's just a beautiful shot of New York City. Of course, why is it that they always want to focus on Manhattan, on New York City? I believe that something big is coming and could possibly start there. The commercial goes on to showing a countdown on a traffic signal. Now, normally, of course, we know that a countdown will go down. So from 7, it goes to 8, but which is so interesting already. And then it goes to 6. So what does that mean? So it's showing New York 2016. The countdown goes 7, 8, 6. You would think it would go 8, then 7, and then 6. But interestingly, it goes 7, then 8, then 6, because I slowed down the clip and I was really fascinated when I saw 7 and then 8 and then 6. Now, when you add those three numbers up, you get 21. And what I found out about that particular number is when you go to the Strong's Concordance, on good old Bible Hub, this number 21 actually means to exalt or to rejoice greatly. Okay, so let's keep that in mind, to rejoice greatly. So already we're cryptically being shown that in New York 2016, something is going to happen that's going to cause great rejoicing. Okay, so let's go on. Now, the next scene, we see 4 scenes actually where they're showing us that New York 2016, the Jaguar closed the Park Avenue Tunnel. Okay, so we're being shown this in 4 scenes. So you got 1 scene, 2 scene, 3rd scene, and the 4th scene. Okay, so 4 scenes were showing that the Jaguar has closed. Sorry, for this Jaguar commercial, they have closed the Park Avenue Tunnel for this particular commercial. Okay, so what is that about? It's obviously, we know that when road closures happen, it's for a big event. We know that, even when dignitaries or world leaders, come along, they close tunnels and they close roads. So obviously something big is being shown here. The tunnel is being closed for a particular reason, for this particular Jaguar, event. And again, showing New York 2016. So, there's something that's already interesting in and of itself. Then they flash this, the car tire rim. And what I found interesting is that it's a 5-pointed star, basically, with the Jaguar beast symbol right in the middle. I believe this is pointing to the 5th age, that is about to begin. But, that's what I think is coming. The great rejoicing, is coming, I believe, because the 5th age is about to begin. Again, I think we're being telegraphed that, through these commercials. Then as it goes into, they start showing some shots of the car itself. It's a very beautiful looking car. Again, just from the outside looking in, we can think that, it's just a car commercial, no big deal. But, really there's, I believe, more things that are going on here. We're seeing some, good old one eye, symbolism here, I believe, which is, of course, we see this one eye symbolism all the time, through so many movie stars and entertainers. But the one eye symbolism, I believe, is happening, right here with this commercial. But what I found interesting is they kind of, start showing these letters, the name of the car itself, FVR, okay, is shown on the front of the car, and then on the side of the car is the F-Type. So the full name of this vehicle is the F-Type FVR, okay, and what I found interesting is when I went to the Gematria calculator, because these people, really use Gematria, they telegraph things through Gematria, letters can be, converted to numbers and vice versa. So when I put in this F-Type FVR into Gematria, it comes up to 118, which actually adds up to 10. But some of the meanings in the Jewish gematria of this is, look at this, the truth of the Great Sphinx, which is an Egyptian, of course, occultic, pagan god thing. But Revelation 13 came up, Now, I found that fascinating because we know as Christians that Revelation 13 is about the beast that comes out of the sea and the beast that comes out of the earth, basically talking about Antichrist who is coming, the beast that the dragon gives his power and authority and his great throne to. So, how is it that, this name of this car, this F-type FVR in Gematria, in Jewish Gematria, actually comes, up to Revelation, or points to Revelation 13. It points to the Great Sphinx. I found that fascinating in and of itself, just to see that this car seems to be, telegraphing the beast of Revelation that is coming very soon. So the name of this car, FVR, F-type, also as well showing the one-eye symbolism. Of course, they love to show their one eye of Horus, eye of Ra, whatever you want to call it, eye of Lucifer, basically, coming. So is this showing the stamp of approval on this beast, the F-type FVR? Okay, that is pointing to Revelation 13. Okay, go figure. Very, very interesting already. Then as we go into the next shot, it shows the tachometer, which measures, of course, the revolutions of the engine. But I find interesting is that it ends at 8. Okay, to me, already screaming an 8-pointed star. You've got another 8 here for the temperature gauge. I find it interesting that of all times, the temperature just happens to conveniently be 8 degrees Celsius, and you've got the counter that also ends in 8. To me, that is cryptic for 88, okay, the number of time and space. I believe this is showing, the star of Ishtar, CERN symbolism. I believe this is showing the portal, that they are working on at CERN. Of course, this pagan star also represents chaos, which I will talk about a little later on. But this CERN imagery, I believe, is being shown, okay, that CERN is praising the beast. The Antichrist system is being built right before our eyes. And I believe we are being shown this in this car commercial. You got the 88, okay, the breaking of time and space, opening the portal, opening the pit. Then if we go to the next shot of the car now, the reverse angle of the car, we see also the 88. You've got the Star of Ishtar right there in the moldings of the bridge. So you've got the 8-pointed star there. You've also got a 35 on the plate itself, which also adds up to 8. So you've got the 88 again being shown. Again, I believe is showing, we're being shown CERN symbolism yet again. Okay, so I think we are again being telegraphed the Star of Ishtar, 88. Okay, CERN symbolism that they are about to open the pit. And, what I find also interesting is that, they flashed as a message on a screen that a unique sound test in the tunnel. Okay, the F-type SVR performed a unique sound test in the tunnel. Now, we know that CERN is performing all kinds of tests. They claim that they're going to be opening a dimensional door. They want to send something through it. They believe something is going to come out. They are testing this. I believe they have been testing this for years. Okay, they have been messing with things that they really shouldn't be messing with. I believe this is all pointing to Bible prophecy, to the beast of Revelation, the beast out of the pit, Revelation 9:11, Apollyon coming out of the pit. I believe this is the test that we are being telegraphed here. We're being shown the 88 right here, the 35 on the plate, the Star of Ishtar on the bridge border here. We're also being shown that on the speedometer, 8 and 8. Okay, the 88 to me designating the Star of Ishtar or CERN. But what also is interesting is that when we look at the numbers and the letters on the plate, as well as what we have up here, this DTM that is on the plate itself, I found that when I put DTM into Gematria, in the Gematria calculator, it comes up to 37 because D is the 4th letter, T is the 20th letter, M is the 13th letter of the alphabet. Okay, so that adds up to 37. But 3 and 7, of course, add up to 10. Okay, and what's also interesting is that DTM is 37, but the second set is also 37. So you've got the 1010 on the license plate. Then as well up here, you've got tunnel to East 46th Street. Now 4 and 6 add up to 10. And then the number below, clearance 8 foot 11 inches. 8 and 11 add up to 19. 1 and 9 add up to 10. So you've got the 1010 up here. You've got the 1010 down here on the plate. I do not find this as coincidence. I believe these are all being done intentionally. These are specifically planned by the Luciferian elites. Okay, so 1010 on the plate, 1010 on the sign up there. What are they telegraphing? I found out through, again, this Gematria calculator. First of all, I'll tell you, 1010 and angel numbers. I went to a New Age website, and the angel number 10 actually stands for personal development, spiritual awakening, and enlightenment. Okay, so I believe that is already being telegraphed. Okay, they're telling us that spiritual awakening, spiritual enlightenment is coming. what I found even more interesting is when we go to the Bible Hub, and it says that 1010 actually is a way of saying Beth Baal Meon, or the house of Baal, the habitation of Baal. Isn't that fascinating? So the house of Baal is being telegraphed here, that the house of Baal has their stamp of approval on this vehicle that to me represents the beast, okay, the five-pointed star being shown on this vehicle, the Jaguar, the face of the beast, the fifth age, the five-pointed star, the fifth age that is coming, the age of Lucifer, the age of enlightenment. Okay, you've got the 1010, which to me is showing the house of Baal, okay, that is being telegraphed to us, who is all behind this, the synagogue of Satan. We know that the Baal archers are being put up all over the world. There was this whole thing about the temple of Baal being destroyed, which we know was really not destroyed. They're putting these archers of Baal all over the place. So I believe we're being shown that the house of Baal, the synagogue of Satan, the Illuminati, the Luciferian elites, they are the ones that are behind this, and we are being shown this in a very cryptic way, that the house of Baal has their stamp of approval on this beast. Okay, the beast that is being shown here, because this is already being shown to be the F-type. FVR is being shown to be the beast of Revelation 13, okay, that is coming out, and the house of Baal is behind all this. They are working to make this happen. The house of Baal wants to make this happen, which is why I believe they put these archers of Baal all over the world, because they are putting out the welcome mat for the beast that is coming out. Okay, so you've got the house of Baal being telegraphed on here. You've got the 88, okay, being shown, that the breaking of time and space, opening the portal, the dimensional portal for the beast to come through. You've got the F-type, FVR, which, basically shows or pointing to Revelation 13, the beast out of the sea, the beast that is coming. After looking at this scene, it goes to now, of course, the tunnel. And, tunnels actually have quite the symbolic, undertones in many novels and movies. But before we even get to the tunnel, I want to show you something else. This double X, 10 can also be shown as XX, or the double X. Okay, and what's interesting is that the double X, or the 1010, also represents 33, or the CC, because basically it's showing that CC is number 3 in Gematria, but X, backwards, if you go by the alphabet backwards, so when A is 1 and C is 3, X, which is the 23rd letter of the alphabet, 24th letter of the alphabet, can also be the 3rd letter of the alphabet when Z is 1. So XX is also a representation of the 33, which we know is the highest level of Freemasonry. Okay, so again, we're being shown this. It also is being shown to be the symbol of a double cross. Okay, it's being shown in so many different, beer brands, or like different, many different brands use this kind of stuff. Okay, it's also being shown as sex magic in genetics. XX refers to the female gender in contrast to the XY of the male. In a very simple way, verbalizing the XX may be considered as a form of sex magic. So I believe we're being shown sex magic is yet again another sex magic ritual, I believe, is being shown here. The form of XX appears at the intersections of the Masonic square and compass. What this means is that every instance of XX may signal the Masonic square and compass, symbolically importing everything that ubiquitous symbol represents. Okay, it's simple and brilliant, because they love to hide these things. Okay, not only is every XX transforming to 33, but add that to everything, that is the Masonic emblem. Okay, so, and the XX represents a truncated pyramid, a pair actually, one a reflection of the other. Okay, so this is powerful symbolism that they're showing. It also represents the as above, so below. Okay, the dark and light, the duality, all these kinds of things this double X is showing. Okay, and we see this double X branding again in so many different, labels or companies, and even in the, the Masonic square and compass at the top. Again, you've got the 8-pointed star. Buddhism and many other religions use this 8-pointed star, the Star of Ishtar, which are all depicting, the portal opening, the Antichrist beast that is coming very soon. So again, this XX, this 1010 is being shown, this house of Baal, okay, is no coincidence that 1010 points to the house of Baal, and that it also is pointing to XX, or 33, or, basically sex ritual magic, or, the fact that it is being shown that this is completely, mystery religion, Babylonian stuff that we are being telegraphed on a daily basis, and this is definitely evident in this commercial, okay? So we can see, as well as, not only is House of Baal represented as well through the Statue of Liberty. We know that New York City, one of the famous or most famous American icons is the Statue of Liberty. But, talking about this ritual sex magic, this Statue of Liberty is none other than Apollo or Libertas or Isis or whatever you want to call it. Apollo dressed as a woman, or Isis. This goddess was the goddess of freedom because she promoted the ideals for the personal freedom to do anything that felt good. She was called the matron goddess of prostitution because she promoted sexual freedom. Indeed, she had invented the concept. Slaves considered her their goddess in the hopes of winning their freedom. Many women who gained freedom later turned to prostitution to survive and thereby retain Libertas as their goddess, especially if they became priestess in the Libertas cult. Okay, so basically the Statue of Liberty represents, again, sex magic, prostitution, the showing Apollo dressed as a woman, a man, cross-dressed as a woman, got the seven-pointed sun god symbolism on top of her. So again, House of Baal, basically Baal and his wife Semiramis is being shown, right in New York City. And this House of Baal is definitely behind all these things that are going on, we are being shown in this, right on the plate of this car, as well as on top, the 1010, the XX, House of Baal is being shown. But tunnel symbolism is also prevalent in a lot of, movies and TV shows, even books. And, when we look at what tunnels even mean, it's pretty interesting, the symbolism of tunnels. And I found a slide that talks about, the symbols of tunnels in literature. And it says that tunnels make frequent appearances in literature, serving as symbolic representations of journeys and passages. At least as far back as the Bible, tunnels are invested with symbolic meaning as people cut a channel through the rock in search of what is truly precious, which is from Job 28:10. Okay, so it's in the symbolism in its simplest form, it's, use of a person or place or thing, that it's, going from one place to another. It can talk about a dark journey that a person, can go through, as they go through a dark journey. Represents, the difficulty or differences, that a person goes through. Okay, so however, one common association of a tunnel is a journey from one place to another, both physically and symbolically. For example, from a place of darkness and doubt to a place of light, again showing the duality, darkness and light, good and evil, all these kinds of things. And talking about light is at the end of the tunnel, that at the end of every tunnel there is light. Okay, of course, the Luciferians think they're bringing light to the world. They think that Lucifer is the light bearer. But what is most interesting is the whole metamorphosis, or the change that is supposed to occur when you go through the tunnel. Okay, so while tunnels certainly represent journeys, they more often symbolize the passage from one phase of life to another. In its most primal meaning, the tunnel symbolizes the birth canal. Just as a baby evolves and journeys onward, so do characters of a story. The metamorphosis of Jerry in the short story Through the Tunnel is apparent when he comes out the other side of his tunnel as an adult. Likewise, in the novel and movie The Perks of Being a Wallflower, the tunnel represents the protagonist's growth. The movie director, Stephen Chotsky, said that the tunnel is a scene, the tunnel scene is a symbolic rebirth where people look at it as a spiritual rebirth or a coming of age. So I believe this is what we're being shown, in this as the car approaches the tunnel. The symbolic rebirth is about to happen. The car starts at one end, and at the other end it'll come into light. It will usher in something else. The car will be transformed. The car, to me, represents the beast of Revelation 13 coming out, and the light is coming. The transformation of humanity is coming. The tunnel is, again, symbolic of rebirth. Okay, so they are working towards resurrecting the beast. CERN wants to open the pit. They want to bring the beast back. They want to bring Nimrod, Apollo, Apollyon, whatever you want to call them, out of the pit. They want to rebirth this. Okay, they want to have the new birth. They also want to transform, society. This was also shown to us. The Vigilant Citizen has some great articles about some of these things. And, when you look at Beyonce, and she talks about the Sasha Fierce character, this personality, this alter ego of hers. And Vigilant Citizen talks about, the birth of this. So that she actually has a music video, which is called Crazy in Love. And it talks about how her, this transformation that she went to, again, going through the tunnel of transformation. The video tells the story of the birth of Sasha Fierce by depicting the steps towards Beyonce's transformation. Through symbolic scenes, we first see Beyonce walking towards a speeding car. Go figure, a speeding car. Okay, so this car, also a sports car, a speeding car. Okay, and with Jay-Z in the back seat. The driver is the entity that already took over Jay-Z. So there you can see the driver, the beast. Okay, Satan, basically, the spirit of Antichrist. Satan has taken over the driver. Okay, so the driver, sorry, the driver is the entity that is driving this, okay, that is in charge of the car. Jay-Z is already in the backseat. He's already gone through the transformation. Beyonce loosens up her hair to prepare herself and gets on a stage to begin initiation, symbolized by sexual dance moves. She then reaps the rewards of selling her soul with fame and fortune. Next, she is emulated by young girls who copy her dancing style. In the final scene, the good Beyonce gets literally blown up while sitting in the backseat of the car by Jay-Z, who calls himself young in the song. As you know, Jay-Z isn't young, but in this song he is considered young after his recent rebirth on the dark side. After the explosion, Sasha Fierce magically appears next to Jay-Z, looking sexy yet devilish. In this verse, Jay-Z refers to Beyonce as Young B because she was just reborn. Okay, so again, you've got the different scenes. She's getting on, performing, basically getting ready for the transformation, and by there she is in the car. And then at the end the car blows up, and now she's this new creation. Now she's gone from, being, a good girl to being a bad girl. And how did it happen? She went in a car, okay, similar to what we're being shown in this particular commercial, this car, okay, representing the beast, representing transformation, about to bring a transformation to mankind that is coming. So I believe that is what we're being shown here. Of course, all of us remember, or many of us remember, the I Pep Goat 2 video, where again showing this, this Christ figure as all kinds of chaos is going on. This Christ figure emerges again through a tunnel. He is on a boat, okay, that's going through a tunnel, okay, and the Christ figure, the Christ-like figure has a third eye painted on the pineal gland, which refers to the concept of spiritual illumination. Okay, so spiritual illumination, I believe, is also coming, with this beast, that comes out of the pit, that comes through the tunnel, that comes through the portal, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so I really believe they're showing that, this illumination is coming. Of course, as the Christ figure comes out in this I Pep Goat video, of course, we've also got this, this Muslim boy who was dead and battered, but he rises. And so to me, showing the rise of radical Islam, I believe that is happening all over the world. It's showing this whole, false flag ISIS and this radical Islam. Okay, showing this, again, all this chaos being, chaos coming, and what the elites are doing to cause chaos all over the world. The rebirth of the Muslim boy, shows this kind of thing as this Messiah-like figure comes out. In this new era of spiritual enlightenment, the elaborate man-made buildings become unnecessary and outdated. They therefore crumble and disappear. So basically, it shows that when the Christ figure exits the cathedral, the building, which was guarded by an evil-looking gargoyle, crumbles behind him. So this, to me, is to me like, whether it's, you want to call it the real church or the false pagan church, everything is going to crumble. They want to destroy all religions because they want the Antichrist, the beast, to be worshipped. It's all going to be about this one world religion that focuses on this pagan Christ figure. And what I found real interesting is not only does he come out of the tunnel and all these things get destroyed and all this chaos ensues, but there was a comment that was made by a very perceptive person on this article that the Vigilant Citizen wrote, and it's by a person called Illuminated Slave. And he says, also notice that when the Christ figure comes out of the tunnel on the boat, before the church crumbles, the tunnel opening looks like a vagina, which could, along with the water, symbolize rebirth and or the birth canal from which we are all born. Okay, so again, I believe this is what we are being shown, the birth canal as they enter the tunnel, the rebirth that is about to happen, the beast that is represented in this vehicle, the F-type SVR that points to the beast of Revelation 13 is coming. He is coming through the birth canal, he is coming through the tunnel, he is coming through the portal, and the rebirth, the spiritual enlightenment is coming. This person, this beast, is going to bring spiritual enlightenment to the world. I believe this is what we're being shown. And what I found interesting, not only in this tunnel, they flashed this one particular manhole grate, at the beginning when the car is about to, start driving through the tunnel. And I found interesting that it's a 12-pointed star. You got 12 points on the outside. You've got 12 points on the inside. So 12, 12, could be reduced to 3, 3, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2 is equal to 3. So you got, the 33, I believe, being depicted here. But what I find interesting is that this 12-pointed, star to me represents time. And I believe this is what these people worship. Time is, represented by Saturn, okay, Saturnalia, Chronos, okay, and even at the end of the Gotthard tunnel ceremony, the major creepy occultic ceremony that I covered, some videos ago, at the end of the ceremony, which I didn't even get into, they worshipped this clock. They all bowed down, as you can see. They're wearing these big heads, to me signifying, I guess, the illuminated elites. bowing down, worshiping this clock. I believe that's a representation of worshiping time, worshiping Chronos, worshiping Saturn. This is all Saturn worship. Basically, Satan worship is, I believe, what we're being shown here with this tiny little, clock-looking, manhole-looking figure that's even got, different letters on the thing if you look carefully. I tried to see what the letters are, but I couldn't really make them out. If any of you out there can tell me what these letters are on this sewer grate, I'd be very interested to know that. But anyways, you can see that this is, to me, a representation of Chronos. Okay, this is a representation of Saturn worship. Okay, that's what I believe is being shown here. That we can see that Saturn basically represents Satan. Okay, he has been worshipped for thousands of years. In fact, the cult of Saturn has never stopped. Okay, Saturn is dubbed the Lord of the Rings. Okay, so we can see all the stuff that is going on. It even says here that before the Great Flood, Saturn was regarded by all mankind as the supreme god and ruler of the kings. Occult researchers affirm that Saturn ruled the kingdom of Atlantis and became the divine ancestor of all earthly patriarchs and kings. So that's why we know that God, Yahweh, brought the flood, because of what the fallen angels, inspired by Lucifer, were doing. They were creating their own kingdom. They were mating with women, creating half human, half angel, fallen angel, beings that were the Nephilim, that were, not sanctioned by Yahweh. They were not supposed to be in existence. They were creating their own kingdoms. And then you've got, this cubic, symbolism all over the place, in this place, Santa Ana. You've got it right in New York City in Apple's 24/7 store. You've got it right in Manhattan, the cube there. You've got it in Denmark. You've got it in Australia. Even the Kabbalistic Jews, they wear this cube on them. So we can see what is really going on here, that Saturn is just another form of Satan. Even they depict Saturn or Kronos eating his own babies because he was afraid of being overthrown. Okay, even the Grim Reaper with the sickle is also a representation of Saturn or Kronos. Okay, Saturn is also known, again, for Satan, Pan, the two-horned god. All right, so again, tons of things also represented in the symbol of Capricorn, which is also the 69, the number of the crossing, which is on the Arch of Freemasonry. The capstone on the Arch of Freemasonry also shows the 69, the capstone, the satanic Illuminati capstone that is coming. All right, so again, we can see this is what is really being portrayed here. Kronos, of course, was depicted in the movie Percy Jackson, the second installment of Percy Jackson at the end. They resurrected Kronos, and go figure, he had two horns. He ate his own children. He just destroyed everything. And I believe this is what is being shown, the beast that is coming, this Baphomet, Kronos, Satan imagery is being shown here. This is whom they worship, okay? So I believe this little manhole is a representation of Saturn, of Kronos. They worship time. They know that time is of the essence. Satan knows that his time is short, that his time is running out. Okay, so Kronos, Saturn, the dragon, the beast, whatever you want to call him, he is coming very soon. I believe they're saying that that time is running out, that he is coming very soon. In the next, in the next couple scenes, as the car representing the beast goes through the tunnel, I noticed that there was this red, black, and white imagery. You got white lights, red, white lights on the car, red lights on the, in the tunnel, showing this like red kind of hueish, shadowy color on the walls of the tunnel, and then you've got the black, of course, all over the place. Okay, so the red, black, and white, to me, symbolizing New World Order colors. I believe that's what we're being shown here. We know that the Nazi, symbol and the flag was red, black, and white. We saw this a lot in movies like Hunger Games or V for Vendetta. Constantly, this New World Order theme. Colors are red, black, and white. We see this even in the Vatican, the colors that the Pope wears, and just the different things that we see, the imagery in the Vatican, a lot of red, black, and white imagery. I said I would talk about, this 88, this Star of Ishtar symbolizing chaos. Here you go right here. Okay, chaos, 88, black. Okay, so chaos, 88 represents, this 8-pointed star of Ishtar also represents chaos that is coming. Okay, another name for Ishtar or Isis is actually chaos. Okay, so again, I believe this is what we're being telegraphed, in these colors, and in this, through the sewer grate, you've got the 12 points of CERN, of Kronos. You've got the 88, symbolizing, CERN and the Star of Ishtar. You've got the New World Order colors. In fact, the red, black, and white, I just realized the red, black, and white is as well right here on the instrumentation of the car itself. You've got the red, you've got the black, you've got the white. Again, showing, the New World Order that is coming. I believe we are being shown this on a regular basis. Okay, so the New World Order is being shown here. The New World Order colors, the Nazi, one world system that is coming to enslave people. We saw this a lot in Hunger Games, where people had, could only have menial jobs. The elites, the rich people, the 1% lived in the capital, and, everybody else did their bidding. This is the enslavement system of the Illuminati, of the elites, that is coming very soon. They're depicting this with the beast that is coming out of the pit and will usher in this new world order Antichrist beast system, and is being, to me, symbolized by these colors, this red, black, and white that we are being shown in this commercial. Okay, and as he comes out of the pit, of course, here he comes. This is the last scene as he comes out of the tunnel. Okay, coming out of the tunnel symbolizes, coming into the light, age of awareness, age of spiritual enlightenment, the new age of Aquarius that is coming, the new, Luciferian golden age, I believe, that is coming. Okay, so that is what I believe is being shown here. And this new age is, being shown by many, many occultic people. If you go to even this article by Wicca, they're saying that humanity's spiritual rebirth is coming. Okay, it's the reawakening of the great goddess in us. All right, so they're saying that it's already starting to take place, but it's going to happen very soon. Okay, talks about how there's going to be planning, worldwide changes. Again, I don't believe in planets. That's all nonsense by NASA. I believe in the flat Earth, biblical model of the Earth, but they're saying, climate change and generating chaos, oppressive regimes led by liars and thieves masquerading as democratic government, increasing poverty, widespread violence. They're saying these are all signs of the changes that is coming. Okay, they're telling us to wake up now. The world is trying to tell us it's not too late. Okay, they're talking about your lower self. Basically your lower self is where you live right now, your income, how you earn your income, who you're connected to. They're saying that the spiritual rebirth begins in you, that the elevation of human consciousness is coming. All right, so you'll, as you awaken the goddess within, the energy field of the entire world is raised higher. So that's what they're claiming is happening. As we, give into these kind of things, that this spiritual rebirth is coming that will give us power. The consciousness calibration of humanity as a whole has risen above the critical 200 level for the first time in history. It says human consciousness has a positive force at long last. Okay, they're saying that this leap occurred toward the end of the last century. It's already happening. I'll leave these links so you can read these in detail for yourself. Okay, so what does spiritual rebirth mean? Again, about the awakening, the goddess within, and consciously reuniting your mortal self with the divine source. How can spiritual rebirth save the world? Okay, all these kinds of things are saying that they are waiting, in a way, they're waiting for a Messiah. Which Messiah? They're saying a Messiah. But here's what's even more messed up. The coming of a whole mass of Messiahs. This is what the Luciferian elite believe. We're talking essentially of the second coming of Christ and Buddha and all of the other messiahs who've promised their return. We're talking about the rebirth of the goddess too. So that is the mother goddess, Semiramis, Ishtar, Isis, whatever you want to call her, along with all the other pagan gods, okay? Because the Christ of Catholicism and of basically, the Luciferians, he is not the same Christ that we as Bible-believing Christians believe. It is not the same Christ. We believe in Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Messiah, the true Son of God. They believe in a pagan form of Christ. Their Christ is Tammuz, symbolized by the pagan cross. We saw before that Yeshua was crucified on a stake, on an upright stake or pole. He was not crucified on a cross. The cross is a pagan Babylonian symbol that dates back all the way to Nimrod and Tammuz and Semiramis. Okay, so this is what they're awakening. The spiritual awakening is coming. A whole mass of messiahs is coming. This spiritual rebirth, this transformation of the world is coming. They believe that this beast is coming. Okay, this Antichrist, their god, Nimrod, Apollyon, whatever you want to call him, is coming. And at the end, it shows again the Jaguar logo and the art of performance. To me, this just screamed to me the beast leaping out of the pit. Okay, the beast is about to leap out of the pit. Interesting that the Jaguar logo is showing a jaguar or a beast leaping, literally. Okay, so a beast is leaping. This beast of Revelation 13 is going to leap out of the pit. Okay, so I believe this is what we're being telegraphed. And, in a nutshell, let's just break down. I will tell you what I believe we are being shown here. And I just, made a note to myself so I could basically read to you what I believe we are being shown. So as we go through the whole thing now, okay, so we're being shown New York City. So, in New York City, possibly it's going to begin in New York City. In 2016, a great rejoicing, shown by the 7, 8, and 6, the number 21, a great rejoicing. Okay, we saw that earlier on. Through the Strong's concordance, that 21 is a great rejoicing is coming. Okay, so in 2016, a great rejoicing will occur because a special event, this is symbolized by the tunnel closing, symbolizing to me a special event, or telling us that a special event is coming. They don't close tunnels for any old reason. That it has to be something special. It was shown 4 times, okay, a special event, which I believe is going to be, that will usher in, this special event will usher in the new age, the 5th age, the age of the beast, the age of Antichrist, okay, shown by this 5-pointed star on the rim of the vehicle. Okay, so a special event will be the 5th age of the beast, shown by, the FVR, and the one-eye symbolism, the FVR F-type, representing the Antichrist beast that is coming, okay. This is going to be accomplished by the breaking of the portal, of opening the portal, the pit through CERN. Time and space, 88. The New World Order colors right here, red, black, and white, 88. Again, showing the 88 here in the next picture, the 8-pointed star on the wall, the 8 on the 3-5 on the license plate. Okay, the House of Baal is behind this with the 1010. The 1010 showing that the House of Baal is behind this, the FVR F-type being the Revelation 13 beast. Okay, right there, Revelation 13, the one-eye symbolism, the Star of Ishtar. Okay, CERN opening the pit. Okay, we've got the angel number 1010, showing the Hebrew 1010 being the House of Baal that is behind all this. Okay, so you can see what is going on here, the Temple of Baal, the arches being rolled out all over the place. Okay, so this is what I believe are being shown. The 1010 also is showing the 33. Okay, also ritual sex magic that is being performed. Okay, the rebirth. We're showing this also, the Statue of Liberty also symbolizing, sexual perversion, all that kind of stuff. Okay, the tunnel being the rebirth now. Okay, so the beast, the Revelation 13 beast is going to come through the tunnel, going to come through the portal. Time is of the essence here because, the time is running out. This new age is coming. You better get ready. Chaos is coming. The New World Order is coming. They worship Saturn. They worship chaos. They worship Chronos. They worship time. Okay, because Satan knows his time is short. The New World Order, signified by the red, black, and white, is coming. The New World Order system, beast system, is coming. It's going to be ushered in by this beast that comes out of the pit. Okay, he is going to bring spiritual enlightenment, of course, only to the elites, really, and everybody else is going to be enslaved, even though they're going to be made to worship this. They're going to, all the world religions are going to crumble. Everything is going to crumble in order to make way for this, for the beast that comes out of the pit, and he leaps out of the pit, okay, and will bring in the new age of Aquarius, the age of the New World Order, the 5th age, the 5th age of man, okay, the dawn of the golden age for the Luciferians. This is what I believe we're being telegraphed. Okay, let's look at again. New York City, again, they're so, enthralled with, or obsessed with Manhattan and New York City. A great rejoicing is going to take place in 2016, okay, showing by the 786. New York, 2016. Sometime, I believe, in 2016, a great rejoicing is going to occur because a special event marked by the tunnel closing, the special event is going to happen where the 5th age is going to begin. The age of the beast, the age of Apollyon is going to happen, okay. Symbolized by the one eye, the eye of Horus is all over this. The eye of Ra, showing that the beast, this car, the FVR F-type, is the Revelation 13 beast that is going to come. That CERN is going to accomplish this by opening the pit, the 88th star of Ishtar, symbolism for CERN that is coming. The House of Baal, 1010 is behind this. The synagogue of Satan is working to accomplish this. They worship their god Chronos, time, who is, the time is running out. Saturn, time is running out. The New World Order is coming. This beast is going to usher in the New World Order that is coming very soon. And by the end of it, we will achieve spiritual enlightenment, a spiritual awakening, and because the beast is going to leap out of the pit and bring spiritual enlightenment, New World Order, what have you. Now, you can think that I am crazy, and I don't blame you because, again, this is just a Jaguar commercial. But I believe, again, we are being telegraphed that in 2016, possibly, a great rejoicing is going to occur because a special event is going to happen, is coming. A special event is coming. The 5th age is about to begin, okay, where the beast of Revelation, the rejoicing is going to occur because, a special event is coming in 2016. Possibly is going to start in New York City because the 5th age is coming. The beast of Revelation 13 is going to come out of the pit. CERN is going to accomplish this, okay? And the house of Baal is behind this, the synagogue of Satan, who worships Kronos, who worships Saturn, who worships Satan, is behind this. The tunnel of rebirth is going to be accomplished by CERN, where the beast comes out of the pit. He is reborn. Nimrod is reborn, and he will usher in an age of Aquarius. He will usher in the new age. He will usher in the new world order. He will bring spiritual enlightenment to the whole world, especially the Luciferian elites, as he leaps out of the pit. So that is what I believe we are being telegraphed. Again, you can think that I am crazy, but the new age is coming. And to me, this is all a mockery. This rebirth can only happen if we are in Christ, because John 3 speaks of the new birth. And we all know the famous verse of John 3:16, where Jesus said to him, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved." So the true spiritual rebirth is when we accept Christ, when we accept Yeshua HaMashiach, the Jesus Christ of the Bible. When we accept him, that is how we can be born again. That is how we can be spiritually rebirthed. Nothing that Satan offers you will ever be able to provide the spiritual rebirth that only Yahweh has provided through his Son, Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus, the Messiah. And if you think I'm crazy, just remember this saying from Confucius, that signs and symbols rule the world, not words or laws. Now, God's way, by the Ten Commandments, by the Word of God, he commands us. His true world is ruled by laws, by his word. But the devil and his angels, they want to rule by signs and symbols. That is who the Luciferians follow. These laws that we have in our lands are set up only for us to follow, for the regular human beings to follow. But all the elites, they do not follow laws. They follow this. They follow Lucifer. They follow their God. And again, they are deceived. True spiritual rebirth only comes through Yeshua, only comes through Jesus Christ, the true Messiah. So do not fall for the lies. Believe in Yeshua today. Know that the new world order, the new age is coming. I know this is only a 30-second, commercial by Jaguar, but I believe we are totally being telegraphed to what is truly coming. The new world order, the beast, the Antichrist, the fifth age is coming. Will you be ready to stand? If you have Yeshua, you will be ready. You will be ready to stand before the Son of Man when he comes for us one day, because I believe that Yeshua is coming very soon to take his people out of this world before this horrible event, this cataclysmic tribulation begins, and that will start when the beast is released out of the pit. So I pray that you take Yeshua as your Savior today. He is the only way that you can have spiritual rebirth. Spiritual transformation can only come through Jesus, the Messiah. God bless you.